Hello everyone. I may or may not have just picked up something else. Let's take a look at it. This right here is a 1961 Cushman Hollister with a Dana 12 rear end, 18 horsepower motors locked up, but I've got extras. Same transmission that's in my 65. And that is the Borden Dairy logo. So this Cushman, I believe, used to be, and the seller agrees too, used to be a milk delivery vehicle for the Borden Dairy Company. So that is just really freaking cool. And this one, different from my other one, actually has this this little trim right here, and little label right there in front of the seat that actually says Cushman on it. I didn't see that till just now. It's got a couple of air vents, one on this side, one on the other side. It needs work, definitely needs work, but I can definitely do it. I'm actually considering building this one instead of my 73, because the 73 is kind of rusted out, and the frame on this one's actually good. It just needs some touch up in other areas. But there's my Cushman. Let's get it to the house and get a closer look at stuff. Well, it's off the truck. It is unloaded. It was not fun doing it. Real big thank you to my neighbor across the street, Steven. He saw me pull up and figured I might need a hand. So big thank you to him. Let's take a closer look at it. All right, well, here it is. This is a 18 horsepower. You get shade off of it. There we go. It's a 18 horsepower OMC, so, exactly the same as what's on my 65. Unfortunately, this one is locked up. I do have the timer cover. It would have fallen off going down the road, so I went ahead and took it off. I've got the clip, but I just didn't feel like messing with it while I was there. But yeah, the motor is locked up, but I was already planning on putting the 22 horse in here anyway. So it's not a big deal that this was locked up, but I will be trying to save it. All right, on to the transmission. This is the same transmission that's in my 65. At least it appears to be. The shifter mechanism is currently locked up, so I don't know if it's shifting properly or what the insides look like. And all the wheels are basically locked up, so can't really see if the rear end turns. So tomorrow, this is going to stay in the driveway tonight because I'm worn out from getting this off the truck. Tomorrow we're going to take the drive shaft off and going to do my best to get these drums broken free and at least somewhat rolling, so I can use my John Deere to pull it in the backyard and start working on it. Start taking stuff apart. This is definitely going to be a really big project, but the frame is already in better condition than the 73. So the 73 and the Red Rocket, the parts that I'm not going to use on it, are going to be donated to this thing, so I can get this thing back to where it needs to be. This one will be fully restored. I will be painting it back to original theme. It looks like it may have been brown and white. I'm not really positive on that, but this Borden Dairy emblem is going to be going back on it, since this is part of the history of the Cushman. That Borden Dairy logo is going to be going back on it on both sides, and it looks like it may have been hand painted on here. So what I'm going to do is have a sticker. So it's got a name on there. So yeah, there it is. It's going to stay in the front yard tonight, and then I'm going to work on it in the morning. Get the wheels freed up. The front wheel is almost free. It just needs a little bit of help. And honestly, I could probably take the front wheel off the 73 and put it on here, because that way it's one less wheel I got to fool with. But there it is. Well, it is the next morning, and I've was able to get one of the rear wheels off and drum off to get everything freed up. Came off a lot easier than I was expecting, so let's go and get this other one off and see if it cooperates like the other one did. I got my puller on there. Doesn't quite fit on there perfect, but let's see what happens. There we go. Hopefully that was all in frame, but it's off. Well, my puller is definitely trash, but I got it off, and as you can see, the rear end spins beautifully. I'm gonna knock off the brake shoe material came off, so I'm gonna knock that other side off like I did on the other side so the wheel can spin easy, and then the back wheels will be free. Then I'll just need to mess with the front. Well, it is now in the backyard with the rest of them, and the front wheel I didn't really have to mess with. It was basically free. It just needed just a little pull just to get it that last little bit freed up. Use my little recovery straps right here, rub it up against the tire, but I don't care. Hooked up to the hitch on my John Deere here, and was able to tow it to the backyard. Drove it, did a loop around the front yard, and then back to the backyard just to make sure everything was free. But it's back here, and I did find a parts manual like I have for my 65, which helped me on my build on that 65 immensely. So when that comes in, I'm going to be looking over the wiring diagram, parts diagram, and everything else on this thing to figure out what I need, what's missing, and go from there. So that's going to be it on this one. It's the introduction to my new project, and first thing I'm probably going to do is take off this transmission, because I do think it's either locked up or in gear or something, because I cannot turn that output shaft like I can this one. This one, you can turn that a little bit. You can actually see the wheels moving a little bit right there, but you can see that little bit of movement. This one doesn't have any movement whatsoever. It has a tiny bit, but doesn't really have a lot of movement. So definitely got to get this transmission off, and then probably the motor and everything, because probably not going to be using this. Like I said, I've got the Red Rocket's original motor in the back of the 73 right there. That will probably, that's a 22 horsepower that will be going in here, and just going from there. I do want to use this transmission though. If I can save it, if it's any kind of good, I do want to try to use this transmission, so I don't have to modify anything going to the going to the rear end, trying a different transmission. So there's that. Oh yeah, let me see if I can find any kind of gear tag on this Dana 12. All right, here is that Dana 12, and there is the tag, and I've got, looks like it's 517 gear. So that's really exactly the gear I wanted in here. Don't really know if that's the only gear they used in this one, but it's definitely a gear set that I want, and it sounds like it's still good. What is it, Zeus? Zeus. So yes, that'll be the video. Introduction to my 1961 Cushman milk delivery vehicle. Probably have a dedicated video after this, or sometime talking about all the stuff and something. But there it is. If you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.